empower students to provide feedback, we need to share these learning targets with students. We need to identify very specifically what students will be learning. We need to explain the reason for the learning and to share this learning target with the student not only at the beginning of the lesson but throughout the lesson. This learning target need to be visited. The learning target need to be presented in such a way the kids, the children understand. It must be in a language that is clear to the students. So how is learning targets linked with success criteria? Learning targets is about the what and the why. Dylan William used the word learning intentions. To us, they are interchangeable. They mean the same thing. Specifically, what is the main concept that we want the children to learn? It's translating the what and why of the learning target to success criteria so that the children can recognize what are the key ingredients or the key points that tell me that I'm successful in learning this lesson. So therefore, if learners take responsibility for their own learning, they are able to recognize where they have succeeded and why they have learned this in the first place. According to Shirley Clark, success criteria will therefore summarize the key steps or ingredients the students need in order to fulfill the learning intention or the learning target. That means the main things to do, to include or to focus on. So what are effective success criteria? They are linked to the learning targets. They are very specific to an activity. And these are clearly communicated to the students. And in knowing this learning target, they are also scaffold for people to focus their attention on the specific point in the lesson that they need to focus on. And of course, when the peers are involved in this activity, they are used as basis for feedback, and hence we are going to look at success criteria as well as learning targets in peer assessment. Now let me give you an example of a lesson which I've done when I was in school. Okay, the order operation is a P5 topic. So I taught the lesson as most of you would have done so. And towards the end, I incorporated peer assessment to help children become learning resource for one another, to deepen their learning or their understanding of what I mean by the order of operation. So I posted a question to a forum. They are supposed to use all 4 digits, 2, 8, 6, and 5 to form 2 different number sentences. And in this particular exercise, I specified that they only can use a pair of brackets and then any of the 4 operations. As this is a very low, as this class is very weak in mathematics, I have provided examples as scaffold. My colleague who used this lesson in her teaching, she did not provide the example because her pupils are much of higher ability than my class. So, what is the learning targets? The learning targets would be the children must be able to communicate. When they see a number sentence, they need to work from left to right if there's only addition and subtraction. However, if there is multiplication with addition or division, then you have to perform the multiplication first. And if you see division with addition and subtraction, then you need to work on division first. This is their understanding of what we mean by the order of operation. So children are supposed to use the 4 digits to form their own sentence and then show how they have solved this problem. This is an example of a student's response, right? You can see that in the first step, she has done it correctly, but in the second step, there is a mistake, right? So, after her response, one of her classmates provided the feedback. Before this exercise, I have modeled the process of how to give feedback to the student. So this is what she has done. Says in this, the first step is correct. This step is properly performed. However, in this step, she needs to do the division before addition. So the peer pick this up, need to carry out the division before the addition. So there's a hint to the peer to correct that if she has done 8 divided by 2 and then add to 30, she would have got the question correct. So this is how the peer communicate what needs to be done to help the students understand. Here are some more examples. Right? Besides, in this exercise, besides the children able to communicate, okay, what is the steps they need to do for the order operation, they also pick up some careless mistake which the children make. For example, in this case, one of the students highlighted that in the process of doing, some children have the tendency of changing the operation from add to subtract, or they could be carelessness in the subtraction. So through the peer, the children are being made more aware of the mistakes of their own thinking processes. So it helps them to be more careful, to go back to check, so that they were able to cut down the number of mistakes, right? So this is an example of a feedback that I have done. So really, in peer assessment, it provides the opportunity for students to clarify their thinking and internalize their learning. So they will have a clear understanding of what to look for in their peers' work in order to provide the feedback. And really, mathematical communication is much promoted. So thank you.